Next technique is called attacking mace. Mace being fist, attacking meaning right punch in this case. So he's going to be doing a step through right punch. We're going to go through it on both views before I explain it. So step through right punch. I'm going to step back, block, forward punch, re-grab, kick, contour, uppercut. Show it from the other side. Stepping back, block, forward punch, grab, wheel kick, sliding down the leg, uppercut. Thank you. This technique has a number of things to it. One of the things that's really important is for the uke. When the person who's me delivers the punch to his ribs, it's important for the uke to react. A lot of people go, dun, 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 and they're standing here the whole time. I don't know anyone who's going to react like that. If I blasted someone's arm and I broke their rib, chances are pretty good they're going to respond in some sort of fashion. Generally what people do when they're hit in one way is they fade back a little bit. That's really important in this technique for spacing. As the punch comes in, you're going to step back with your left punch, or excuse me, with your left inward block. You're checking off to make sure that you're checking the width, you're checking that other hand. From here, I'm going to open this up into a check. That's another thing we're practicing as we did in alternating maces, opening your hand up to a check and checking it at that elbow to make sure if I'm over here, he could very easily collapse that elbow to my face, so I'm going to block at or above the elbow. From here, I'm going to draw right down from wherever his arm is. I know where I'm touching his arm, so I know where that is. I'm going to go down his arm, shift into a forward bow. I'm going to blast into his ribs. It's very important to keep back straight, leg locked. From here, this hand's going to come out of nowhere and is going to slide down the arm and grab at the wrist. You can use some frictional pull when you do it, if you can get that in there. And again, pull off a little to the side to check more of the width. You want to keep them off balance as much as possible. So from here, if he didn't fade back much, or if your legs are long, or whatever it is, at the same time that you're coming down, I want you to take your left foot and move it just a little bit to the left. And you're going to drop your weight. Part of the reason for doing that is to give yourself space, and part of it is to add a little extra bang for your buck to the pull and grab. So after blasting here, as I step up here, there's my hand, hello me, I'm going to pull, yanking him off. Again, my left hand's checking, very important. From here, I'm going to do a wheel kick to the gut area. If you want to hit the groin, you can, but usually we do it to the gut. Again, this is an important thing to remember. We talked about earlier, pulling your hips back. This is another one of those techniques that people say, I can't do this one. I'm too close. It's again because they're bringing their weight up on their leg before trying to throw the kick. When you've got the person down in this position, you drop your weight onto your left leg, keep your hips low, and pull back, and fire the kick to the sternum. The next thing you do is you're going to drop your weight, sliding down their leg. You're going to check their knee, which is checking all kinds of height, width, and depth. Taking left hand, shooting up right around the kidney area. So we've just blasted one way, now we're going to blast him another way, and we're checking so he can't do anything. He's in a horribly uncomfortable position. So let's look at it from the other side. Stepping back, block, open it up to a check, punch. Again, I still have my checking hand up here. I'm in a forward bow. My leg is locked, my back is straight, my hips are centered. Left hand's coming over the top. At the same time, this left foot's going to move just a little bit. And I'm going to check him this way. I want him farther away from me because my leg is longer than my arm and longer than his arm. So from here, I'm going to keep my hips back, pulling my right leg up. Going to kick him anywhere in this midsection, wherever you can get. If you want to turn your toes a little bit and kick him in the groin, not the end of the world, but for white belts going to yellow belt, we're kicking in the barf zone. Then we're going to slide down, checking the knee, because we're going to be pushing his knee in a direction that it doesn't normally go, so be very careful when working with your ukes. Still hanging on here, punch, comes up here. As long as I have him off balance, that shot is going to be hurting a lot more. A couple things to remember. Be talking about it more. You can either balance or you can guard. You can't do both at the same time. So if he were hunkered down and he was right here and I went and I hit him, he would laugh at me, he would scoff. He would do that. But if I have him here and I pull him off balance, he's trying to find his balance. He can't guard this at the same time. So you can either guard or you can balance, but you can't do both. So any opportunity that we have as martial artists to pull our opponent off their balance and keep them off balance at the same time that we strike, the better off that we're going to be. And that is attacking mace.